Kelsey, hello. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. I'm doing fantabulous. We're going to be putting together a transmission rear end to a little lawnmower. Took it all down, stripped it all apart, cleaned everything up. Now it's time to put it together. Oh, nice, Kelsey. You are the first, too. Beth, hello. Welcome. How are you doing? Today we're working on putting a transmission together. It's a transmission rear end. It's a rear end, but it works as a transmission. It's 2-in-1. It's a 2-in-1 unit. We had to resurface all of this stuff because it was all scratched up. I am doing fantabulous. So we had to sand these parts down. A little wet sanding. Got it all cleaned up. We'll keep that over there for now. Alright, let's see here. Let's push this back. Let's push back. We'll keep this over there. More rags. We'll get. What's going on, Retired Beard? How you doing, buddy? Glad you stopped by, man. In the middle of rebuilding a rear end for a lawn tractor. Just a little lawnmower lawn tractor, nothing big. Oh yes, very easy. Very easy, especially putting the pump in. The pump likes to get caught on a couple of things in there. Oh, there it goes. Pump likes to get caught on a couple of things inside there, and putting the new little pump pieces in. Before we put it all together, we will oil it all up nicely. Not a heavy amounts of oil, just enough oil so when it starts running, none of these little piston pump things are running dry. This won't spin dry on the things. You do have to be careful with them because there is a little part inside of it that you can drop and it needs to be in there. I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, I'm not an expert on this at all. I've done a couple of them. I've looked it up a few times. Learned the issue of why it does what it does. Now the little piece ain't gonna fall out. I know one of them will. Now it's fairly basic to do. They're really not that hard. So you got to be careful inside this little cylinder, little piston cylinder. You have one of these in there, so be careful with that. You don't want to lose it. You lose it, you will be bumming. and now these little transmissions, they do call for the hydrostatic oil. You can change it. You don't have to use a hydrostatic oil in it. Yes, yeah, it definitely is. It's not as easy as anything. But, so, these rear ends, they consider them non-serviceable. They consider it to be non-serviceable because they don't have a drain plug. Now, they do sell a kit. John Deere will sell you a kit. You have a little hole right here, and you have a little hole right there. Now, they do sell a kit, so you can tap in and put a drain plug in these things. But they still consider them to be a non-serviceable rear end. So when they go, they sell you a new one. And the new one costs about $700. And what happens is they overheat. They get hot, you start to lose the oil because it's only an oil in there. It's not a transmission fluid or a hydraulic fluid or nothing like that. It's only an oil. And they get hot and you start to lose oil out of the breather cap. That one on the bottom is your breather cap. That's where you start to lose your oil out of it. And so they become low. And then you start grinding your pumps together. You start grinding these two pieces together right here, and they wear a groove in them. I've sanded it all down already, took the groove out of it, so you can fix them. If you're interested in seeing what I did, you can go back to past lives or go to an actual person that really knows what they're doing. I'm only a backyard mechanic, all right? I'm no mechanic by any means. I'm a construction worker. I build houses. Used to build houses. I'll just do these first. So, don't take what I'm saying to be perfect facts because I'm not. But they do call for a 50 weight if you change it to 50 weight, but I don't have 50 weight here. I can only get a 40 weight. I did change it to a 50 weight the last time, and I did notice it was sluggish on the takeoff. So we'll see if the 40 weight works just as good. We will see. How are you all doing today? I hope you're all doing pretty good. Yeah, yep. Gets hot and gets thin. And like I said, I use this lawnmower more than what it calls for. I hook it up to not a huge log, but I hook it up to logs. I drag logs. I have a couple buggies that I load up full of rocks that weigh a couple 100 pounds. I drag that stuff around. I work this thing more like a tractor than a lawnmower. And I took this was a replacement rear end. And when my father bought the tractor, that rear end that's on the floor right there is the original one. It lasted for about 45 hours total, maybe 50 hours, somewhere between 40 to 50 hours. And then that rear end completely shit the bed. It wouldn't go nowhere. It completely shit the bed. So we bought a replacement rear end for it, which cost him $700, and it lasted one summer. Within one summer, it started howling and not climbing the hills. So I looked up what was the cause of it, found out that that you get scratches on this part and on that. Found out you can sand them down. Even with the warranty, a lot of times it won't cover it. He had a warranty on it. But a lot of times the warranty runs out before you put 45 hours on it. Or 50 hours. 45 to 50 hours on a lawnmower is a couple of years because you're only using it, how many times a summer? You don't use it that much. Most of the time it's worn out by the time this happens. Sometimes it don't. This one lasted one summer, that was it. This rear end lasted a summer and then it started to get slow. Wouldn't climb up the hills. It wasn't howling a lot. It would still go, but it only lasted a summer. With what I did to it, there was nothing wrong with it when I took it apart. You could see a discoloration where these parts go together, but that was it. It was still running perfectly fine. I did notice a little bit of slowness going up the hills, but that was about it. I more or less really wanted to see if what I did hurt it at all. And it didn't. And the oil was completely full. And I haven't checked the oil in 2 years in it. And it was completely full. Yeah. And when I took it apart, that's all it was like a surface discoloration in between these things. You could only see a discoloration right there on each of them. And you could see on this one, there was more of a scratch, but it wasn't anything to the fingernail. Your fingernail couldn't feel it. You could just see a line growing into it, and it usually happens in between them two things. The same way with this one. Usually happens in between them. But it was just surface. You could only see just discoloration in it. And that is with just a 50 weight oil, and I haven't checked the oil in 2 years. And the oil was still at, I believe it's an inch that it's supposed to be down from your fill. It's supposed to be down 1 inch, and it was down 1 inch. So.
Was it down 1 inch?
Nope. It was down more than an inch.
Oh.
3 inches.
Oh.
Don't listen to my wife.
Always listen to me. I'm always right. Can you hear this down here?
Nope.
Perfect.
What am I hearing?
I have music going as I'm doing the laundry. But
All right.
I don't want to get.
No, we can't hear it. All right. A couple. What do they call a reese, a sleeve, a race? Be a race? Like I said, I'm no mechanic. I don't know exactly what everything's called, but that goes. We gotta put this bottom part in. This is where we start, right down in there. And these go under that. Amaya, hello. Awesome job, Amaya. 710 subs. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Jacob. Missed you too as well, Amaya. How are you doing? Are you doing good? Obviously, you're doing good with that many subs. Pretty soon, you're going to be saying that you're at the 1,000 mark. them in. Them are a pain in the butt to get into. Granny! What did you have to get at Home Depot? Got a horrible glare. Kronos, how's it going, buddy? How you doing, man? I hope all is going well with you. You know, bottom gear we gotta put in. Our bottom washer. This goes down at the bottom. There's a thin one and there's a big one. And then you got a roller bearing. I don't know the exact names, but this part goes up and then the other part goes down. Don't put it in backwards. Get them all nice and oiled. I think a washer. It's called a thingy-majig. Yes, it is. It is the thingy-majig. There you got a thicker one. Put that on. Make sure it's all moving good. Moves well. And we got another thingy-majig, Granny. Another thingy-majig, little spring. That goes right in down in there. Don't forget your thingy-majig. Now, I'm not an expert, so I've got to sit here and think about what I'm doing and what part goes where. But I do believe that is everything for that. I do believe now we have to put our pump in. You know, that stuff. Yes. Now it's time for this. And this is the pain in the butt part. You can put this in there.
Hey, honey.
Yeah.
So, guess who's monetized enough to get donations?
Granny.
No, well, already, yeah.
Amaya.
No.
I don't know.
Somebody in Kentucky.
Robert?
Yeah.
Nice. You still in here, Rob?
No, he's live right now.
Oh, he's live. Go check. Anybody in here, go check out Rob's live.
Yeah, I just sent him.
Or we'll call him by his actual roll call. Go check out Roll Call's live.
It's at Roll Call's Cabin.
At Roll Call's Cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Go check him out.
He's doing it right now. He's polying. Here, I'll show you. Good God, I hate these stairs.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him I said it's looking good. All right, now we've got these couple parts and pieces that are in here. Okay, these are important parts and pieces. You cannot lose these parts and pieces.
All right, here, let me, I'm gonna see if I can show it. Oh my goodness gracious. And then oh my gosh, I have like way too many things going on at one time. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, Miss Daisy May just sent $5.
Nice.
Roll Call's Cabin.
Go check them out.
Mm-hmm.
Give them a like, give them a thumbs up, a heart, all that stuff. Roll Call's a very good friend of mine. A very, very good friend of mine.
And he is genuinely kind.
Yes.
I mean, when you see him on his lives or any of his videos, I can 100% say that he is truly, genuinely kind. It was, what, back in November? Yeah, November, when Jeff was there for the week. And he heard that you were there, and he just said, all right, I'm on my way.
Mm-hmm.
And he was there. And he's always been there for us. He's been, oh gosh, it's almost been like 3 years now.
Yeah.
At this point. It was September-ish when you first went there after you went to Monarchs.
Mm-hmm. Right now, we've got a couple pieces we got to put in. See them little holes?
I don't want to see your holes.
Takes a spring. There's a spring that goes in there. We'll put a little bit of oil on there. Drop that in there.
He's lubing up the holes. All right, I'm out.
Put it in backwards, though.
I'm afraid.
A big spot and a small spot. The big spot goes down first. And then it has one of these little doodads that go with it.
All right, I'm going back to do the laundry.
All right, that goes in there as well. All right,
but I'm like, no, I have to say 100%. I know you're doing this, but I am like so truly happy for Robert that.
Oh, me as well.
He's there. You know,
I
mean, it takes a lot to get to that point.
Oh yeah, big time.
You know,
there's two of them. Now you got to be careful because sometimes there's other parts and stuff in there. So be careful when you're doing that. There's not just a spring in that. Sometimes I think some of them have a little pin.
Be careful when you're doing that. You don't want some of babies.
No. So now we have that. We've got that part on. Now this is the pain in the butt part because, and there is also a little pin that goes in there as well. We got this little pin. She's just a little pin. Just a little guy. Don't lose it, like I almost did. But don't quite put it in yet because it goes in that little hole right there. And it just goes through and it can fall in and out. So don't just put that pin in there yet. We're only working on getting that started. Now she's started. That is the smaller one. Right? Yes. So this is where it's going to become a pain in the butt. Because they come out. And we have to get that on this shaft. And in place on this thing. Without them coming out. Which is a pain in the butt. Oh, and I did it the first time. I got lucky. Alright, that's it. Get a dog here. Now, we have to put together this side. Very simple. These things are very, very simple to put together, to work on. Just remember what you're doing. Just remember what parts go where. It's not a frickin' rocket ship. We got to put all this together. This goes with that. So, let me get another thing set up. Let me get another thing set up over here. Move this right over there. That way there we can grease it all up. Make sure you put some oil all on it. You don't need a whole ton of oil. You just need some oil. You know, you just want it to have it all. It is all going to get submerged in oil, but you really don't want anything dry. You don't want dry shafts running around. You know, all kinds of little pieces and whoozamabobs and thingy-majigs that's going to be running together. So, oil it all up. Oil it up good. That'll go there. That'll go there. This goes that way. This goes like that. This goes like that. And that goes together like that. That direction. It's going to sit like that. We got... This thing keeps a big gear away from this gear. That's all that is for. But that's how it goes together. That'll go together just like that. We'll set that aside because that's done. And we have another bearing that goes along with that. So we'll grease up the bearing. Not bad. How you doing today, buddy? How you doing, man? I hope all is good with you. Hope you're having a good day. All right, so these are roller bearings. They can't fall out of the thing, or regular bearings. And that goes in, you'll have a little groove like that. That goes there. That goes there, just like so. That gets put on that as well. And this part right here. Now these are what makes these pump moves. This right here too. Watch this bearing. Watch this part right there. When that moves, let's see if I can. You can't see it down there. But this little thingy down there rides on this thing that's shaped kind of like that. It sits flat though, but there's another thing in there that makes it tilt. And that's what makes these little pistons go in and out. That is what makes this whole thing work. Is these things not sitting straight. And this one here can go in two different directions. This one you got to be careful of. You can set it in this way, just like that. But the only problem is, I believe that is the way. I'll have to look the picture. But I do believe it sets in, no it does, it set, okay, so if you put it in this way, forward will be reverse, reverse will be forward. It makes it work the opposite way. This way, and this is only on this machine, so could be different. This way will make it work properly. And it sits at that angle. You see how there's an angle there. This little barren goes right inside that, just like that. She sits in there just like that. He's all working good. We'll set that aside. That's almost finished. Now, this pump, this is the only one that gets a little washer. This little washer goes right inside that groove, right in there. She sits right there. That is where, that way there, it can't put too much pressure on it. As that's what I'm guessing anyways, right? I gotta remind you, I'm not an expert with this whatsoever. I am only pretending like I am at the moment. All right. Let's get this pin in. My little pin goes in that little hole right there. Now you gotta be careful because this can fall out the back. See? Just fell out. And it can fall out the front. So this little pin becomes a nightmare. Now I did hear somebody say you can put a little bit of grease on it to help it stay. But we're not going to. Because I don't know if it's true. I don't want to risk doing something stupid to it. There, so I never really show you. It's just a little shaft thing that goes through there. Oh, I just lost my washer. Them sit on like that, but this sits like that. So them turn like that. And then it pushes them in and out. Let me wipe this off so it's fall on the floor. You don't need any kind of debris on there. Nice, nice. It's always good to spend time with family. Always good to spend time with family. All right, so we've got that together. You should put this side in. This is your brake. That's your little brake. There's another part to it, but that other part can go in after. I probably could put this part in after too. is. Yeah, I could put that pot in after, I think. We'll find out anyways. We will find out. Because sometimes that can be a pain in the butt. Getting it in there. Yeah, that'll go like that. So that'll be this way, like so. Now that's kind of all put together. There's still a little bit of stuff that I think we got to do to it, but I think that's all together. That goes onto this. Pin still in there. Pin started to fall out. That stupid pin. I might. No, I'm not going to. I ain't going to. I was going to attempt putting a little bit of grease on that. But I ain't going to. This is the part that's going to be a pain in the butt. Getting this on there. Damn, what's going down? Getting this pot on there is a pain in the butt. You've got to get this to compress, which that little pot slides into that hole. You got to get these two pins inside this. Right now into these. One pin, the other pin. And then this doesn't have a pin. And you've got to get this to slide in this. Yeah, it is these two. Them two pins go in here. That one don't get a pin. So it's a pain in the butt. This is a pain in the butt to get slid in there and all put in there. But you've got to make sure you've got to be gentle. Ellen! I don't know. I wouldn't say happy 1 year anniversary, but something. I hope you're doing good today. I truly hope you're doing good today, and try to remember all the good days. I know it's going to be hard, 100%. A lot of love to you, Ellen. You're an amazing person, and you've gone through a lot. A lot of love to you, Ellen. Oh, is it going in there? No. Happy spring to you too. And I do hope you're having a good day, and I hope it don't get hard. Oh, it is going in. I have too many clothes? I don't think so. All right. Oh, I love it when things work out like that. You are truly welcome, Ellen. A lot of love to you. And anybody that's in here, I only see 2, so there ain't very many. If you're in here and you're not subscribed to Ellen, please go look at Ellen. Send her some love. Send her some hugs. Today is going to be a tough day for her. Today is her... It's been 1 year since her husband passed away. So she lost somebody true and dear to her. Her true good friend. Her partner for life. So just go there. Send her some love. Alright, I gotta go get my mallet because this is in. It slid in easy, slid in good. That's in, but now I just gotta get it to set all the way on them pins. You got food over there? Yeah, you do. You do too. All right. Got my mallet. Just clean it up so no dirt falls off. But it's a dead blow mallet. There's sand in it, but it's rubber. She's set in there. So that is it. We get 3 bolts that hold that in. Steel and aluminum don't like to mix. So, Tim, what's going on? Oh, man. Tim. Was this last night? My stepdad died 1 a.m. Am I reading this right, Tim? Oh, just now? Just now? Tim, I'm truly sorry to hear this. Everybody, please show Tim some love. His stepfather just passed away an hour ago. Don't matter if he was in his sleep. At least he did pass away in his sleep and he wasn't suffering with it, but I don't know if there's any words that can make anything feel better. I know that. You've seen it. We just lost my father a little bit ago, but let's not make that about me. Let's, everybody, please, if you can, please go show Tim some love. 76, that was still too young. That's a good, long, healthy life, 100%, but that's still too young. You still got a good 10 years to do stuff. Tim, I'm truly sorry, buddy. My heart's going out to you and your family. Spend time with your family. Try to show as much love and support for them.
Hey, honey.
What?
Can you come here for a second?
Yep. I'll be right back. I don't have anything for you, kitty cat. Trying to get this thing, making sure it's all going down equally. Because it's gonna, that bottom, there's springs that push that bottom thing up. So you've got to be careful getting this to go down. You don't wanna, okay, that's set at the bottom. That's set at the bottom. That's at the bottom. Now there is a torque spec to this. So when you're doing it, you should figure out what the torque is on it. I don't have the torque specs, so I'm not going to torque it to that. I'm going to torque it to how tight it felt when I was taking it on and off. I ain't going to torque it on there. I'm going to bring it down here. You don't want to over tighten them because this is only aluminum. The housing is aluminum. You'll stretch the threads out and that'll be a bad thing. Okay. I think she's pretty well torqued down. Now, we have this part. First you have a couple of these little doodad thingies. This holds your shaft. Well, I don't know what they would frickin' be called. I couldn't tell you. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic, alright? I'm not. But this goes in here like this. And that goes through there like so. We have another one for the other side. And there, like so. Put that one in. Now, we have the pinion gear. And I know what's going down, buddy. How you doing today? I don't even tell me the weather down there, all right? I don't even care, man. Right now, I'm hoping it's like 40 degrees and maybe some snow. No, I'm only joking, buddy. I'm only joking, man, but it is probably about 80 degrees in Brazil, isn't it? I hope it's not like a muggy temperature. If it's nice and hot, I hope it's just a nice, good temperature for you. Let me put this in before I forget. What do you got going on today, Leonardo? Anything good? Now we got our pinion gears. Get them rolled up pretty good. just need a little bit because it will get submerged. It'll just never hurt to put a little bit of oil on stuff before you put it together. This one you got to be careful putting it in. Pay attention to it. And that is only on this model, right? All things are a little different, but on this model, you've got a little thing there, and then it's flat on this side. These, the gear part goes towards the middle. These gears go like that. See if I can pick this up without coming apart. Not that it would matter, I can put it back together. That part goes towards the small side. Put that in. Get this one to go in first then. There we go, that one in there. Why are you not? Don't fall out. Please don't fall out. Yeah. You get this. Oh, Daddy. Dad. You. I can't see. There we go. Now that finally went in. There we go. That goes in there, like so. And you have this other one. That goes in there and backs that up so then it can't fall out. If we can get it in. This goes in here normally. that up. All right. There we go. Test together. We got one more piece to put in. And then that's gonna be it. Oh, you know what I did? I forgot to put something on now. Can't believe I did that. I forgot. This goes on right here. Oh, no! That'll be all right. We'll take that down. Might as well do it now before we put that in because that can fall out. So let's put that piece on. I gotta take it down. Make sure I'm putting it on the right one.
Yeah.
That goes on right there, so it's this top one.
You are 47 years old. Do you really need supervision?
Why?
You forgot shit.
Yeah, I forgot a piece.
I know. Even the cat knows.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's alright. Ain't the end of the world.
No, you have food.
That holds these two magnets in. There'll be two magnets on that.
Where? Where are
That goes right there. And right there.
It's right here.
Just like that.
Right here. Here. Right here. Boom. Food. Good going.
Alright. We got that back in. Now this is the last piece. This is gonna be it right here. We got this set up right here. That goes right here. Just like so. Just like that, that is it. Nothing to it. It's all back together. This goes here. But we ain't gonna put that on until, and then you got this one other part right there. That goes just like that. But once we get ready to do it, we'll put that in. There you go, there's your transmission. Not very hard at all. Stop trying to move that because that falls out. That's how complicated they are. Not at all. They're actually very easy to work on. And it'll save you about $1,000.
What was $1,000?
Doing that saved us about $1,000
Doing what?
fixing this transmission.
Why are you so quiet now?
I was putting a cap on. All right, I'll be right back. Gotta go wash my hands. Now we've gotta make our gasket and put the cover on it. So I'll be back in a minute. I know that's hand soap. I use it all the time.
said don't let him in.
Yeah, and he won't eat it, and he just keeps meowing. I said, no, don't let the cat in. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, and now he's gonna meow again. Non-stop, incessantly. Yeah.
All right, now we've got to clean this off. We got to get rid of the oil off of there that we put on it. The gasket for this is just gasket maker stuff. They don't have a gasket, you got to make it. Oh no, that was a while ago, Ellen. That was a couple years back or a year back or something like that. So we're gonna clean it up with a little bit of carburetor cleaner. It's good stuff. Spray it on this. Don't spray it in there because then you'll get rid of the oils. You're only trying to get rid of the oil off of this. All off the outer edge and off of this. All off of this part. You want to clean this off good. Yeah. Give it another wipe down. All right. Now we're done with that for the moment. Done with this for the moment. Now we've got to set this aside. We've done all the cleaning with that one already. She's all cleaned up. We got to try to get rid of the gasket maker out of this now, which is always fun to do. Always fun to do. Some of it's going to be hard and some of it ain't. Where did my little picky tools go? Oh, there they are. Let's see if that was good enough. Sometimes this tip gets hard too. Yeah, the tip got hard. We got to get that tip out of there. Now you don't need a lot of gasket goop on this. You only need a little bit. Just a little bit of gasket goop, not a lot. A little bit goes a long ways. You don't want it to splurge inside of it. Just go slow and work your way to it, you know? You don't need to try to rush. I could see better. Wish I could see better. Now they do make a nifty little tool to spread this easier. Now let it sit there for an hour. We'll let it set up. Yes, he did. Rest in peace, Chuck Norris. Rest in peace, buddy. What was he, 86 or 88 or something like that? All right. That is it. We are pretty much done. We are pretty much done. So what are we all up to today? You all having a good day? I hope so. Hope everybody's having a marvelous day. Hope everyone's getting ready to have a good weekend. Tommy, what's going down? Oh, jeez. I'm not going to say you're having a good day. Being stuck at the DMV. I hope it don't take forever. How are the DMVs around where you're at? I do know that the DMV here, you actually get in and out fairly quick. Massachusetts DMVs, you get there frickin' 4 in the morning so you can be the first one. And then you leave the last one. Yeah, it works amazing. I couldn't do anything to keep my cholesterol down. I'm a very healthy eater. I do nothing but eat stuff. I literally became a vegetarian, vegan type person because I eat meats a little bit, but I ate everything that was extremely heart healthy and nothing with cholesterol. My cholesterol was still going. As soon as I started taking that Repath up, my cholesterol dropped perfectly normal. The good cholesterol went up to normal points. My good cholesterol was always low. My bad cholesterol was always through the roof, no matter what I ate. And as soon as I took it, a couple of weeks, my cholesterol went to normal. Nothing but good things to say about it. What it's gonna do to me in the long run, I have no idea. I can't say any of that because who knows what it's gonna do to me in 20 years. That is the thing. See, I don't need. Wow, it's dirty. Let me not put the filter on that because that is dirty. Yeah. Not just making your legs hurt, but it gave me restless leg syndrome so freaking bad I couldn't sleep at all. It kept me up all freaking night long. I was on the strongest statins that there were. They were maxed right out. I believe that's what it's called, statins. Hello, Kathleen. Welcome in, Kathleen. How are you doing? I hate waiting on stuff. I gotta let this set for about an hour though. Let that set for about an hour. And then I can put it on. So it's not like tight, but so it's a little tight. That's the filter that goes there. Then we get this stupid thing that goes here. I wish I had a little bit of oil to help hold that on. A little bit of oil on there. Make it a little sticky to help hold it in place. Because this thing flops around. I'll put a little oil on this to keep it from flopping around too. It'll help it to keep it. And it makes it like, not gluey, but let that set up for an hour, then you can stick it on there. And then you can tighten it down so you've got about, say, 1/8 of an inch gap, maybe 1/4 of an inch, but more like 1/8. Quarter's way too much. 1/8, 3/16, something like that. And then let that set up overnight. And then after that, then you can crank it down nice and tight. Pain in the butt. Now it's just a big freaking waiting game. Now it's a big freaking waiting game. All right. I'm pretty much done. Hopefully this oil works good in it. I'm not sure it's not. When you change the oil from the oil that they recommend in there, you change it to a 50 weight oil, and I don't have 50 weight oil over here. There's only 40 weight. Would have had to order it, and I didn't feel like ordering it. So we're gonna see. But when I had the 50 weight oil in it, at first it didn't like to go. It went, it didn't hurt it or nothing like that, but it was just, didn't like to go, so. So that's going to be it. We're done. We are done for the day. You ain't going to miss anything. See me tighten up a couple bolts when I can. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Go check out the channel, see what it's all about. Not just in the basement. We're building a homestead, middle of nowhere. all by hand. So check out the page, see what it's all about. Thank you guys for joining us. Love you all. You're all amazing. Be kind. Be kind to everybody. Love one another. And we'll see you pretty soon. I don't know when. I don't know when the next live is going to be. I'm not sure. Couple days, day, tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. See what I got to do. So, love you guys. Catch you on the next one. All be kind. Love each other. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you guys greatly. Y'all have a wonderful day. Have a marvelous weekend.